What is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/EntitledParents. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. My mom, Entitled Parent, says I ruined her day by planning my wedding the way I want. Okay, so my boyfriend of 2 years recently proposed on the top of St. Louis Arch in front of his parents. He wanted his mom to record it and a bunch of other people. I, of course, said yes and was crying total girl moment. My future mother-in-law sent the video to my dad, the good parent, and he texted me congratulations and I knew you'd say yes. My fiance had asked his permission. At the end of the day, we decided to wait until after he graduates from college and gets his feet up. He graduates in 2021 and I graduate in 2024. Extra year of kinda double majoring and he graduates first. So we decided to have the date set for November 24th, 2024. Our dating anniversary the day we met. When I get home from visiting him and his parents at the end of the week, my dad hugs me and congratulated me. Then we drove home. We got home and I put my stuff in my room. My mom, who has abused me from age 8 after my dad divorced her, is the entitled mother, came out of the guest room. My dad told me she was staying here so she could work. I told him if she doesn't bother me, I won't bother her. We then talked briefly about plans and stuff and what my fiance and I had already decided upon. Then I mentioned our plans for me to wear a black wedding dress and have him wear a white suit. He's tan and looks amazing in white. I, however, look terrible in light colors because of my Irish genetics. Black suits me a lot more, and my dad loves it. My mom came out of the guest room and said, "I'm going wedding dress shopping with you so you don't frick up my day." Yes, her day, not like I'm the one getting married. I told her the wedding dress had already been picked out, which I have picked an idea out, not the dress set in concrete pick yet. And she stops and cries and said how I ruined her special moment. I told all this to my fiance, who knows what she's like, and he said to calm down and reminded me that it's our wedding and we can do whatever we want. I also say that she'll probably wear white, and he said, "I'll get a buddy of mine to spill red wine on her, don't be scared, it's okay." I'll post updates as things unfold, but for now, I'm just happy I'll be marrying the love of my life in 4 years. Holy. Yeah, Karen, it's not your wedding. Your daughter can do whatever the heck she wants. Sorry. What do you mean my kids don't get free ice cream? Here's a fun little story from my days working in fast food. The company I worked for had a pretty nice policy. Kids' meals came with a toy, but the kids could exchange an unopened toy for a kid-sized ice cream cone. These cones only cost 89 cents and we could reuse the toy in another kid's meal bag, so it basically evened out. One morning, a lady came in with 2 young children during breakfast hours. We do not have a breakfast kids meal, but since we serve nuggets all day long, some people order nugget meals for their kids and get hash browns instead of fries. However, this woman got full-sized breakfast meals for herself and both children. These meals were around $6 each, while kids' meals were cheaper. Obviously though, kids' meals have a lot less food. After the group finished their meals, the 2 kids came up to the register and asked, "Can we have ice cream?" So I entered 2 kid-sized cones and gave them the total. They stared blankly at me and one said, "We don't have money," and ran back to their table. About a minute later, their mom came stomping up to me and demanded to speak to a manager. My manager swooped in and asked what the issue was. "The kids' ice cream is supposed to be free." Manager: "No, it's only free if you exchange the kid's toy." "But we didn't have kids' meals, it's breakfast." "Then the cones are 89 cents each." "That's not fair, they're kids, they should be given ice cream." "I'm sorry, but we can't just give away ice cream." "But the meals they had were more expensive than kids' meals." "And they had more food." "The place I go in, insert faraway location here, always gives my kids ice cream without a toy." "I apologize, but we do not do that here." "Now my kids are going to be upset because they couldn't have ice cream. I will be contacting corporate about this." She and the kids left and we had a good laugh about it all. She did end up making a complaint to corporate, but my manager was actually the person that all the corporate complaints filtered through, and she just had a good laugh and moved on. Come on, lady, it's literally 89 cents each. "But they deserve free ice cream." Entitled Parent literally coughs in a cop's face. Oh dear. Here's the cast. EP, Entitled Parent, C, Cop. I truly wish I could say this was a fake story. So as of today, March 26, Colorado has been put on a lockdown because of COVID-19. The only exceptions are essential employees, going out for groceries, and walking your dog. as was stated in the statewide text we got. So I'm out walking my dog and I've seen a few families out and about. Cause it's Colorado and people here don't understand what a lockdown is. I'm not kidding, this state is full of donkeys. So I'm walking my dog past the park and tennis courts by my neighborhood and I see a family, mother, 2 sons and an infant. Yes, a literal infant. And I notice they're yanking on the gates to the tennis court. Now a fun little fact about the parking lot to the park is that it's often a speed trap area, and even now we have cops in it. So I see an officer leave his car and approach the family. I was a little bit away, so some details might be fuzzy, but this is what I heard. The cop: "Excuse me, ma'am." She was the one pulling on the gate. "Are you aware we are on a statewide lockdown right now?" "Yes, officer, but it says we're allowed to go out for essentials." "Yes, ma'am. Is there an essential reason you need to get in the tennis court?" He didn't ask this sarcastically, he was being genuine. "Yes, sir. My sons are sick of being stuck in the house and want to play tennis. Can you please find me the keys for this gate?" The cop pauses for a second, then starts, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but this is not an essential utility. You and your family need to go home." "Excuse me? We have the right to be out here. We aren't going to stay home on a lovely day like this. All of this coronavirus is just a marketing scam anyways." The officer was genuinely baffled at this point. "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but you and your family need to go home now." "We will not be going home now. Open this gate for us so my sons can play tennis." "Ma'am, please, this isn't my personal decision, it's for the safety of the elderly and children." "If the market is so worried about my children, then they wouldn't be making up this fake pandemic so they can later sell us poison and demand we inject our babies with it." I'm not here to challenge your beliefs, but again, it's not up to me, it's up to the state. "Well, if everyone needs to be home, why don't you go home?" "Trust me, I would like to be, but this is my job." "Well, we are not going home. I want to make sure my kids have a good memory of their childhood and not being locked in a house." "It's only for 2 weeks, ma'am." "Well, I don't care. Now, if you are not going to help us, leave us alone. We are trying to enjoy a family outing." I'm not certain if he did, but it looked like the cop reached for his handcuffs or radio or something like that. "Ma'am, you need to leave. Now." I'm going to guess he actually did reach for something because EP looks down and literally pulls back and coughs in his face. "Well, officer, now you're sick, so you should be the one going home." I swear I have never seen so much fury cross a man's face in my entire life. If the kids weren't there, I'm pretty sure he would have tased her. After he came out of shock, he called for backup on his radio. Probably for the kids or something. I won't be surprised if she's in the news tomorrow. Yeah, if someone coughed in my face during this whole pandemic, I'd probably tase them too. Entitled mother slaps my kid for having a different opinion and gets what she deserves. So the cast, me, entitled mother, my 16-year-old daughter. On to the story. So I'm on my way to lunch with daughter, and where I was, there was a bunch of anti-abortion groups. And personally, me and my daughter are pro-choice, but as we are walking, there's this lady who is walking up to people and asking them if they think if women should get abortions. And if they said yes, she'd say, "You people kill children." We were trying to avoid her, but eventually she walked right up to us, her children behind her. Entitled mother: "What are your thoughts on abortion?" Daughter: "I think women should be able to choose whether they should or shouldn't." "So you think we should kill babies?" "Well, it's their future, they should choose and not be pressured." "You people sicken me." And when I walk on, I hear whap. I turn around and my daughter is on the sidewalk with a red handprint on her cheek. Let me tell you, I have never ran faster in my life at that entitled mother, and I have never punched someone harder than that in my life. I know violence probably wasn't the answer in that situation, but nobody hits my daughter. The entitled mother just sat there in awe at me. No one hits my daughter. I grabbed my daughter's hand and we walked to the diner and we went about the rest of our day. We had to deal with police because entitled mother did call the police for assault, but we got off scot-free because there were cameras around and there were bystanders that backed us up, and the entitled mother got a $150 fine. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, to be fair, Karen, you did smack that girl in the face after you asked for her opinion. Just because people don't agree with you doesn't mean you gotta hit them in the head. Oh man. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And if you guys want to see me do more of these storytime videos, just let me know in the comments and I'll do so. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.